Anyway, I got to the kombini, but here and got some food. Of course, I still had my knowledge from last year. Atatame is the heating. If you want it to be heated up. Then fukuro is the bag. And then you have to press the credit card option on the screen if you want to pay via credit card. And then you tap it. And then you're good to go. Right? Easy peasy. And then at the end you say, "Arigatou gozaimasu." Yeah, that was my first day in Japan. I was still slurring my "Arigatou gozaimasu." I didn't say it correctly. I was embarrassed. On the way home, I was just repeating in my head, "Arigatou gozaimasu, arigatou gozaimasu, arigatou gozaimasu, to gozaimasu, to gozaimasu, to," over and over. "Arigatou gozaimasu." Get rid of the slurring. Get rid of the slurring in between the to and the go. That's where I mess up. Here's one thing I noticed is that my first 2 trips to the kombini was great. Right? Atatame. Hi. Hi, onegai shimasu. Fukuro something something. Hi, onegai shimasu. Then take everything. Arigatou gozaimasu. Then get out. On my 3rd and 4th trips to this specific kombini, this guy very clearly said fukuro. It was a sentence, but fukuro was there. Fukuro something something. Right? And I said, "Hi." And then I paid and everything. And then when I looked back at the counter, my food was on the table. And he was just looking at me. And I was like, "Oh, okay, so I'm getting my sandwich, my onigiri, and my drink in my hands, and I'm going out of this kombini without a bag. Okay, thank you." I was like, "Huh? What happened?" I said hi. I said yes to fukuro. He said fukuro, and I said yes. And then I did not get a fukuro. And so I was walking home with food in my hand because my pockets were small. I couldn't put this food in my pockets. Fine, right? The next day, I went back to that same kombini. And he said, "Fukuro!" And I said, "Hi!" I had this time I bought like a rice meal. Right? And then after I paid, I looked at the counter and my food was still on the table. And I was like, okay. Arigatou gozaimasu. I had my rice meal in my hand and my drink as I went home. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I was taught that if you want to say no, well, if you don't need the fukuro, you say "Ie daijoubu desu" with a hand gesture, right? They probably were like, "Do you not need a fukuro? You don't need a fukuro, right?" So, I never went back to that kombini. I never went back to that kombini. Ever since then, I went to the nearby Family Mart instead. Right? I went to the 7-Eleven at the cover office instead, like near there.